You still under oath?
I am, my lord.
Please, the court. Thank you, my lord. Ma'am, you agree your evidence is very clear. You have no knowledge of accused one being involved in any criminal activities, correct?
Correct.
And if I heard you correctly, the night Natasha was killed, Michaela was sleeping over at your place.
She was asleep while when Arana sent me the BBM, yes, she was sleeping next to me, yes.
Would that still be in daytime?
It would be around 6 o'clock, 6:30.
And can you recall how late did she come to your place that day?
It would have been after work, so it would have been 5:30 to 6-ish.
And then you also testified that the accused one came there to your place and he himself and Lex went to buy takeaways.
Yes, yes, they did.
And that would be round about?
They normally left at about 6, that's why I say at about 6:30 they came back.
Do you agree with me you were staying in Krugersdorp at that stage as well?
Yes.
And Natasha's place was in Pretoria?
Yes.
You already confirmed you knew nothing of the plan of the killing of Jared Jackson on the 16th of December, correct?
Yes.
So you could not ask Marinda to follow accused one?
No.
You had no concern about accused one?
No.
And accused one left on his own in his SLK Mercedes?
Yes.
Now, from 17 December onwards, you say you really believed accused one was dead?
Yes.
Are you sure that you never contacted his parents shortly after this to inform them of the demise of their son?
I contacted them on the 16th of December, and then the next time I saw them was the day they came to fetch the keys for his apartment at my house.
Cannot be the 16th.
No, after the second time I saw them, it was when they came to fetch the keys.
Listen to me, you could not have told them on the 16th of his demise.
The 17th, I apologize, yes.
So in essence then, your evidence is, on the 16th of December, accused one left you, you had no contact with him?
Yes.
None whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
And you never knew if any of the other friends had contact with accused, number one, because you believed he was dead?
Yes.
Nothing goes suggest you just suggest the answer to.
I'm sorry, my lord.
It was such a leading question.
Did you know whether the group could have contact with accused one?
No, I don't know.
Because you, as you said, believed he was dead?
Yes.
Now, your husband, Dries.
Yes.
Are you aware that he was arrested in August 2016 for the possession of illegal firearms?
I heard about it, but I was arrested already.
You were already in custody?
Yes.
You have no knowledge for which firearms these would be?
No.
And he was not ever, or he did not ever appear in court, as far as your knowledge goes? He was not charged?
No, he wasn't charged, I believe.
Now, I'm looking back now. Do you agree you became arrested because Roux Steyn and John Barnard made statements against your son?
Well, I think you want to rephrase. You're suggesting to her that you're suggesting an answer to her.
Ma'am, do you know why you were arrested?
Because Roux and John made statements against us.
So they were turning against you in a sense?
Yes.
Now, as you stand here today, how would you describe your relationship with accused one today?
We get along. I still see him as, friend, I guess.
No problems?
No problems, no.
And how do you feel about Roux Steyn?
I've got nothing against him. I just don't understand why he's doing what he's doing.
Now, you testified that he was jealous of the relationship with Marcel. You saw her being the one favored. Did he have anything against accused one, according to your knowledge?
He didn't like the fact that Zak and I had a close relationship. No, he didn't like that.
Now, would you also say John Barnard is falsely implicating you?
Yes.
And would you say why?
My personal opinion?
Yes.
I think he's being intimidated by Roux.
Now, whilst in custody yourself, did you hear of any other suspects being arrested in this matter who are no more accused or haven't pleaded or not involved in this matter anymore?
I think before Marcel and Roux was arrested, there were 2 other people arrested
Do you
as
know?
well. Christian and, oh my goodness,
That'd be Fabian Love.
yes, them,
Christian Kruger and Fabian Love.
yes.
Did you ever during this trial become aware that these people, in a sense, made confessions about committing the murders you are charged with?
I heard that, yes.
Now, also by the way, it is true that Marinda left a will before she was arrested, bequeathing all her possessions to you, not so?
Yes, yes, it's true.
And she specifically said that the will at, I think it would be ABSA, she's now disowning her own 2 children and giving whatever she has to you. Do you know about that?
Not the part that she's disowning her children, but yeah.
Can you be more specific? Did you ever see the will
No.
and the power of attorney to you, handed to you? Did you ever see it?
I could have, but not have taken note, yes.
Now, if she had noted that you, as you already agreed, that everything's bequeathed to you, and you can use it as you see fit, whether your her biological children are still in jail or not, whether you want to spend it on them or not, it's yours. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And in the same will, she revoked the will at ABSA where her 2 kids would inherit all her property. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
So previously you agree with what I said to you, that
Yes.
the children are now disowned.
Okay, yes.
And how would you say, or do you know whether Mr. Roux Steyn became aware of this?
He could have. He could have.
Now, ma'am, let us move to your childhood.
Yes.
Did you have a happy childhood?
Happy as can be, yes.
There was no instances of sexual abuse?
No.
Not at all?
I wouldn't say abuse, not at all, but not sexual abuse, no.
Molestation?
No.
You do agree that you suffer from DID?
Yes, I do.
And are you aware that DID manifests due to childhood trauma?
Yes, I do.
So you have no recollection of any childhood trauma which would cause you to suffer from DID?
My psychologist and I was busy working through childhood trauma.
Now, why was it necessary for you to go through deliverance as a child in Western area?
It was prayers and stuff to make sure, you know, you're good, everything clean, you renounced all the sins of your fathers, because the Bible says you carry the sins of your fathers, and after that you get baptized.
So deliverance meant to you to denounce previous sins,
Yes.
nothing else?
Deliverance is denouncing previous sins, getting
Not
delivered
involved-
from whatever you did that was wrong.
Was it accused one's father's role to assist you in this deliverance?
It was everybody there that day.
Was
Mostly
it,
Mariette and John, yes.
was it accused one's father a pastor in the church?
No, he did play a role in the church, but he wasn't a pastor in the church.
So your evidence is not deliverance from a satanic cult,
No.
deliverance from normal sins.
Sin in general.
And since that time, growing up in Western area, you lost touch with accused number one, not so.
Yes.
You wouldn't have known what happened in your personal life after that.
No, he wouldn't have.
Now, where and how did you meet Ria Groenewald?
A friend of mine, Pietru, She worked at the doctor's office behind our flats. She told me that she found someone that can help me with agoraphobia and with the fact that I'm losing so much time. I said, okay, well, at this stage, I'm desperate. I don't care if this woman can fix it. Let her come. I'm open to meet her. And Petru arranged a meeting that night for Ria to come and see me at my flat.
So it was not this Mr. Affenga that introduced you as a woman needing deliverance or help from the Satanic Church. That never.
No, I never met Eva Affenga.
Nobody introduced you to Ria in that manner.
No.
So it was about your ailments that you wanted to see her.
Yes.
Now, it is true, as you heard, accused number 1 attended Ria's courses, even though know your enemy. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And if one would accept your evidence that Ria was using you as the example, as the actual ex-Satanist, and accused 1 attending it, he could have believed it.
It is possible, yes.
You personally never told accused 1 you came out of the cult.
No.
He just thumbsucked that.
No, I probably heard it from Ria.
Now, these high nights,
Yes.
you say you don't know what happened there.
No.
It's not you having an epileptic fit.
I couldn't tell you what was happening there.
You saw the videos, man.
Yes, I did.
And what were you doing on those videos?
Falling, blood coming out of my mouth, shaking. So yeah, it could be a form of epileptic fit. I'm not a specialist in the area, so I couldn't answer.
There's no coincidence that this happened on prior arrangement of people coming to your place to make sure you are not attacked. It's got no connection that you, on these nights, spit blood. Your ulcer starts bleeding, just by coincidence, when everybody's gathered around you to pray for you. Is that your evidence?
I don't know what happened. That's why I asked Ria to make the videos, so I could see what happens.
Ma'am, the witnesses in this court testify. They were summoned because they knew it's a satanic date. It's a high night. They were supposed to be there. You even gave out dates.
Ria phoned them to be there, not me. I never invited anybody to my house.
So Ria preconceived you're going to have an attack.
I believe so then, yes. She invited him, I didn't.
So she would know, let me get everybody together. Cecilia's going tonight at 7 o'clock going to have a fit. Is that your evidence?
She invited him, I didn't. She would tell you the reason why she invited him.
She did tell us.
She said it was for high days, yes.
So do you agree?
If she invited him for high days and that's what she said, yes, then I agree.
So were you attacked then?
I don't know if I was attacked or not.
Why would you be attacked if you have got nothing to do with Satanism?
I didn't say that I didn't know if I don't know what happened there. So the last thing I would remember, I'm drinking coffee, eating, and then I start feeling not well anymore.
With all these people around you?
Yes, we were talking and everything would go blurry. Your ears would start ringing, and that's the last thing I remember.
So you are saying Ria predicted high nights?
She could have.
And your body played along?
I don't know. I can tell you what I saw in the videos, so obviously.
Did you ever suffer of any substance abuse, not so-called drugs, any substance abuse problems?
No.
Even medication that you overused, if I can call it that?
No, not that I know of.
Was the last psychologist you saw, ma'am, Dr. Elizabeth Cambanis?
Yes.
Why did you stop your treatment with her?
I got arrested.
It's not her telling you, Mrs. Steyn, I don't want to see you anymore.
No, the last time I saw her was before I was admitted in the hospital. I was admitted in the hospital. I got out of the hospital, and 2 weeks later I was arrested.
So there was no sexual relationship between you and this psychologist?
No.
With any other psychologist of yourself?
No.
You would not visit a guest house around the corner of your flat with your psychologist and introduce her as a teacher?
I did see my psychologist at the guest house. It was literally not even 20 meters away from my flat, but I did not introduce her to anybody.
And not for the purpose of sexual relations?
No.
You agree with me, ma'am, you never needed financial support from any of the accused or the witnesses?
No.
Your husband was taking care of you?
Well, with everybody staying there, yes, we did need it.
You got along?
Yes. Well, not with everybody eating there every day, then everybody had to pitch in.
Yes, so for the sustenance of the group in the form of food, etc., that was needed. I'm speaking about yourself. You did not need support financially from any of the accused?
No.
Now, when did you become a so-called agent on behalf of accused one?
As soon as Zak left ABSA, he gave us a list of clients to phone. Not just me, someone else as well.
When was that?
When he started was in 2012, I think it was.
And did you ever sign any form document to say you are now going to be an agent obtaining commission to X, Y, and Z amount?
No.
And would that be yourself and anybody else?
Myself, Shanae, that lived a block away from our flats on the other side, on the house on the corner, she did that as well.
And now you say you gave accused one approximately 500,000 cash over a period.
Yes.
When did you start paying them?
At about 2012.
Where did you pay it? In his hand?
No, we gave the cash to him.
That's what I'm asking. Cash in hand?
Yes.
And you have no paper trail of that?
You can pull African bank records for Andries and you shall see it.
How much did Andries lend at African Bank?
I think it was almost 600,000.
And yourself? How much savings did you have?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So, for clarity's sake, this 500 rand started to be paid when? 500,000. You paid it when for the first time?
Little bits from around 2012.
2012.
Yes.
And now, how would it come to a lump sum of 500,000 in 2015?
I don't know, Zak worked it out.
No. You were investing 500,000 rand according to the documents. We'll return to that now. At once. So you are saying you gave accused one cash amounts, we don't know how much, over a period of 3 years. And then when he started the deity trading company, he took all that and placed it into a loan agreement with yourself for interest sake.
Yes.
So where would he have kept that money, ma'am?
He was trading with it already.
Trading with your money.
Yes.
We're very sure of that.
Yes.
And did he give you then the interest already?
He gave us some of the interest, yes.
So you gave him X amount, he started trading, he paid you interest, and he accumulated 500,000 rand to invest for you.
Because they only gave us our interest. So the original amount that was there was still there. He only gave us our interest.
You see, ma'am, say for your legal representative yesterday saying to accused one, very briefly, the money you were giving to Cecilia is a return on her investment. We did not hear any of this. You being an agent, you giving him from your loan, or your investment, etc. It's you today first testifying about this. Is there any specific reason?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Ask him.
Now, the state can just assist me. The document 5 times F, the loan agreement, is in which bundle? Not sure, my lord.
We bundle the
D.
500.
5. Bundle 5, ma'am.
45.
It will be exhibit 5 times F.
Yeah.
Yes, my lord. Are you there, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm there.
Is that the loan agreements
Yes.
limited company?
Yes, ma'am. I would request you to turn to page 8, ma'am, where your particulars reflect.
Okay, there's a few different one here.
Yes, it's all in one. It's a bundle. It's
Yes, I
5
see that.
times F, and then there's a in handwriting 8, page 8 at the top.
Yes,
Are you where it reads between Cecilia Steyn?
yes.
What is the date of the loan agreement, ma'am?
The 31st day of July 2015.
And then on the same page, acknowledgement of loan.
Yes.
1.1. The borrower acknowledges that the lender has lent the borrower the sum of 500,000 rand. A fixed term of 12 months is applicable. What do you understand under that?
That we've invested it into his company for 12 months. He has to pay it back in 12 months.
Yes. And the other money you gave him had no term agreement, no real documentation, nothing. It was just between friends giving each other money hand in hand.
Yes.
But now he decided to make it formal.
He did, yes.
Now turn to page number 9. Not 9, sorry. Page number 10. Interest.
Yes.
The borrower will pay interest to the lender of the loan amount which was agreed upon in this contract under clause 1.1. An annual interest rate of 50% was agreed upon between the borrower and the lender for the term of 12 months. Please indicate. And then there's a indication, monthly payment of 20,800 rand.
Yes.
Did you receive it in that form, ma'am? From July 2015, did you receive 20,000 rand from the accused one?
In bits, yes, more or less.
No, much more. Much more a month than 20. So it can't be coming from this investment, ma'am.
But it wasn't just from this investment alone.
What else?
We also paid for money for food and other stuff. It was
No.
added together.
100,000 rand a month.
I didn't pay over 100,000 rand a month.
So how much did he pay?
I don't know. I don't have his bank statement, sorry.
You had your bank statements, ma'am.
I don't have my bank statements.
I put it to you. It's far in excess of 20,000 rand and or a few rands for food.
Okay.
So I put it to you, ma'am. The first time you decided to come up with this version that accused one was giving you this vast amounts was when you had seen this agreement when the state handed it in. Because where's your copy, ma'am?
It should be at my house.
You never thought of getting hold of it.
No, I've been arrested since 2016.
So you would have the original in your possession.
I believe so, yes.
And you never thought of asking your husband to bring it.
After that, they moved, so I think he has trouble finding anything of mine.
So it's lost.
Could be, but I can ask him to look for it.
Conveniently, we don't have it.
No, I can look for it.
I'm going to repeat what I was about to say.
Okay.
From the document
Yes.
in front of us,
Yes.
your version does not sit well. And it's a new version in the sense that it came up when you saw this document. You saw your chance to give a reason why accused one was paying you 2 million, in his own words, over a period of 3 years. I put it to you, ma'am.
No.
You heard the evidence, and it's on record, and it's before court in exhibits, that accused payments to you would show blessings. We are in agreement with that.
Yes.
But you say that had nothing to do with the orphanage.
No.
Now, you agree with me these bank statements are not generated by accused one. They are there black and white, they come from a bank.
Yes.
He could not tamper with the reference.
No.
So I put it to you, ma'am, the accused version has always been that blessings was coming to you for you dealing with the orphanage. And he's not the only person saying that. You are the only one actually disagreeing with the evidence.
There was never any orphanage.
Further, I have to put it to you, ma'am, this document, this so-called loan agreement, was a blank document hand it out to yourself and Marinda, and possibly Lex as well, to go about and get investments on accused one's behalf. He would only sign them. What do you say about that?
Who's going to sign a loan agreement where they haven't spoken to the person they're lending the money to?
As accused, I don't think you should ask me questions, but it's easy to put it to you, ma'am. Accused one said he trusted you to do that.
But we couldn't get investors for him on an empty paper.
And it was in Word form, and anyone could enter that computer in Word form, enable editing, and add whatever they liked.
Okay.
I put it to you.
What's the answer?
It's not true.
Not true. I also need to put it to you, there was never any indication or plan by accused one to pay your shrink in order to make it tax deductible, because he never got any invoices from you, ma'am.
He got all my invoices.
You're very sure of that.
You can check with the guy that does his auditing.
So he can claim for tax deductions for paying a person who he just knows the psychology
That's what
treatment.
he said, yes.
That's what he said.
Yes.
So I need to put it to you, ma'am, that you manipulated accused one to give you these huge amounts because you really believed you were in need of medical and psychological assistance.
No.
No. And further, that you were the person making him believe that you came out of the satanic church, you needed help, and that there were other people who needed the same help.
No.
This is also confirmed by other witnesses, that you did the same with them, same modus operandi. What do you say about that?
No.
I put it strange, ma'am, that an accused and state witnesses would collude to come up with this version if it's not true.
It's
You
not
understand
true.
what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, yes.
So accused number one had to have contact with Ria, or somebody coming up with this plan to say, we are going to say Cecilia wanted the money for the orphanage. Can you hear what I'm saying to you?
Okay.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
And what's the response to it?
It's not true, Your Honor.
Can you explain to us how did accused number one's 330 BMW end up with your brother-in-law Philip Jacobs in Western India?
It was broken, and he towed it from where it was to his house.
After the accused's death.
Yes. Yes.
So it was your decision?
For him to tow it, yeah. Yeah. I had no space to put it and to fix it, and I don't have the knowledge to fix it.
You never asked Mr. Jacobs to sell it for you?
No.
On your behalf?
No.
You never went to accuse one's flat, obviously, to go and collect his things and sell it because you still believed he was dead? Not so?
I never went to his apartment, period.
Now, you also agree that the evidence we heard about you and all these powers, it's almost unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And you agree it is also very coincidental that people who initially were your friends or close to you, like Ria, Candace, John, Shaw, all speak out of the same tongue. They sing the same song about you. So are you saying they also all colluded to paint this picture of you?
I would say so, yes.
You can't hear.
Yes, my lord.
So they all dreamed the same dreams, came up with the same imagination,
No, just had the same conversation or read the same article.
same article. So the detail they were giving, which made a puzzle complete, it's all collusion, all made up. It's their imaginations.
I don't know if it's the imagination, but yes.
You are the only one telling us the truth in this court, because your evidence differs mostly from everybody else's.
I answer what I'm asked.
Can't hear.
I said I answer what I'm asked, my lord.
Can you recall us watching the video of you having the interview with the Discovery people?
I do?
You say everything we saw on that is also the truth.
Yes.
You never threatened the accused one. Directly
video, I think it said that Zaka passed away.
Yes, yes, my lord.
This court, you said you only discovered that he passed away after you met with him in one of the appearances in Krugersdorp.
No, that's when I realized he didn't pass away. That video was made before.
You then realized he didn't pass away?
Yeah, only when I saw him in court. That was the first time I saw him.
No. You recall the video that we saw in court?
Yes, the one from Discovery,
What
yes.
you say to the investigator?
Yes, that Zak had passed away.
Yes. You're saying that you only realized that he didn't pass away?
When I saw him in court.
Not piece of court. You never threatened the accused directly or indirectly
No.
that any harm will come to him, his family, or that he will end up like Michaela.
No, I didn't.
Also strange that state witnesses confirm the same story on this version.
No, I never threatened Zak.
I can't.
I said I never threatened Zak, my lord.
Now, lastly, let us go to your friend Marinda.
Yes.
You and her were very close even till today.
We're okay, yes.
No, you are close.
We're friends, yes.
Did you and herself have a sexual relationship?
No, we did not.
Your evidence is you were not running a ministry, neither an enterprise.
Yes,
You were just a group of friends.
yes,
You are aware that your close friend Marinda Steyn pleaded guilty.
yes.
And if you were not a enterprise, just a group, you didn't need a leader. Not so.
True.
Why did you earlier mention that the eldest was the leader?
Because if you wanted to ask advice, you always went for the eldest one in the room.
So advisor, not leader.
Yeah, basically, yes,
Bad choice of word.
I would say.
Now, you are calling her to testify on your behalf tomorrow, not so.
True.
Now, you would find it very strange, ma'am, if I put it to you, Marinda pleaded guilty to being the head or the manager of the enterprise.
Okay.
Not so, because that's not your evidence.
I didn't read her plea agreement, so
No.
I wouldn't know.
I'm not asking you that. I'm telling you what's in the
Okay.
plea.
Okay.
We will take it up again tomorrow.
Okay.
It does not sit well. It's totally contradictory to your evidence. If Marinda were to say she was managing an enterprise, because you say there never was one. Not so.
Yes.
And it would amaze you that Marinda, your close friend, had committed all these acts which she pleaded guilty to, all these murders. Not so.
Yes, it would.
You were not even aware of her being involved in anything whilst your close friend in this period.
No, I didn't.
None at all. She never confided to you. You never got money from her. You know nothing about this criminal activities. All 32 counts.
No.
Not at all. Now, we will also deal with that tomorrow with Marinda, but listen to this. This would be page 42 of a plea agreement which will be handed in tomorrow. It's not yet before the court. I just want you to comment on that. Accused 4, which was Marinda, this is now a plea, acted as the leader of the enterprise, consisting of the other accused in the main trial and John Barnard. That includes you, ma'am.
I was never any part of any enterprise.
Do you hear what I'm saying? That she
Yes,
pleaded
I
guilty
hear.
to. It's not your evidence.
No.
Did you ever instruct accused number 1 not to have sexual relations with his wife?
No,
Never.
never.
After your arrest, when you were confronted by evidence that there might be possible sexual assault or semen found on the body of Michaela, what happened to you? What reaction did you show?
We, until to this day, don't know if she was raped or not.
That's not my question.
So we never found out that there was semen found. On
Nobody
Michaela's
told
body.
you that?
No.
You did not go crazy in the police station?
I was never in a police station.
Never, ever?
No.
Not even on arrest?
On arrest, yes, but never about Michaela. No.
No, that's not my question. After your arrest, ma'am, I take it
Yes.
you were only arrested once.
Yes.
You were in a police station. Were you confronted with the fact that even though you prohibited accused one to have sexual intercourse, there was a possibility that he did?
No. Ben Boyson told me that Zak is responsible for Michaela's death, and I told him no, he's not.
So there was nothing like you, maybe one of your personalities coming out
No.
because of this?
No.
You had no relationship, sexual relationship with accused one?
No.
So there was no reason for you to be upset about that?
No. Sorry. Okay.
You were not jealous of Michaela?
No.
You had no problem with her, in fact?
No.
The court pleases my lord, straight to my cross-examination. Thank you.
Ma'am, you testified that accused number 3 slept over at times at your place when you would be ill or you may have had an asthma attack. And this, I presume, is prior to the time that accused number 3 moved into your place permanently.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when she did move into your place permanently in 2012, am I correct?
Yes.
What were the sleeping arrangements with her? Where did she sleep?
She shared a bedroom with my daughter.
At first?
Yes.
Yes, and then?
And that was basically where she stayed. Otherwise, if you were watching movies late night, she will sleep in the bed in my room.
So this sleeping in the bed in your room was just on occasion?
Yes.
Now, when she moved into your residence, did she help with the caring of your children, certain chores as well as cooking?
Yes. Yes.
And during November 2015, accused number 3 was